Hi guys, so this is going to be my monthly budget with me. I feel like I prefix every one of these with the same thing, but honestly no one's leaving the house at the moment. We're going through like the potty training stage, so no peace, no quiet. So apologies if you do hear any noise downstairs. There are literally like no doors downstairs minus the garage, so everything's open and loud, but we'll try and ignore them because that's generally what I try and do anyway. Also I'm using a new tripod, and honestly I feel like I miss my old one. This one's really good because it does have a ring light and it would be really good for like pictures or anything like that, but honestly trying to angle it down in this position, I have a water bottle kind of holding the tripod down because I don't know how they created it, but apparently it being angled straight down doesn't really work without something holding it down. So there probably will be many bloopers. I've already had to restart the video because it was a shambles, but anyway, let's begin. So June is actually a 5-week month, which I've probably forgotten to like duplicate bills and stuff like that, but we're gonna roll with it. This month we are getting £1,511.32. I mean we are, but we've already got it. We're not breaking it down as normal because there was basically a situation where priorities changed and I'm not breaking it down as I usually would. If you're a watcher of mine, you'll know what I mean by that, but I'll explain more as we go through the budget. So let me just see if I can zoom you in without everything falling. Okay, perfect. So first off, we're going to start with Monzo as per. If you haven't got Monzo, I feel like saying what are you doing, but personal preference, so I won't judge. All my referrals and stuff are down in the description link. I feel like I'm just gonna have to keep starting and stopping, so this video will be very jumpy. Probably my next couple of videos will be jumpy because I'm planning on filming them all back to back, and like I said, no one's leaving the house. Everything echoes in this house. Tantrums happen, my sister being ridiculously loud happens. So apologies in advance for that. But like I was saying, some Monzo, I feel like saying, if you haven't got it, what are you doing? But I know personal preference, and there are so many different cards and banks out there like Starling and stuff. But all my referral codes and links are in the description if you are interested. Also, if you want to ask me anything on Instagram, feel free. So travel is getting its usual £40. I do have two 30th birthdays to go down to London for next month. So obviously I need train tickets. Obviously this also includes any bus fares that I need for town or anything social. It probably should have been more than £40, but in all honesty I completely forgot about the two birthdays that I had. You'd think I like travelling back the amount I do. I was literally discussing this with my friend Mel, and she was like, oh my gosh, do I even want to know how much you've spent this year on trains? And I was like, absolutely not, because my train just to Brighton from where I live was, well, I decided to get an open return because I wasn't sure, well, I had the whole week off and I wasn't sure what my friend was doing, and because there were so many train changes, I hate not having enough time between the changes, so I just decided to do an open return so that I'd have the option of when to actually get the trains. That came to £80 alone, and obviously I've been back to London and things like that, so I hate to think about how much money I've already spent this year on trains. Anyway, sorry, a little bit of a ramble. Gifts is getting £30. I've got a couple birthdays this month, and I like to keep gifts because, for example, one of my colleagues in my department is actually going on mat leave, so technically I've already taken out £20 from this. I did also have some money already in my electronic Monzo pot, so it doesn't really matter too much, but I like to have it just because it might not cover birthdays, but it covers everything else. Leah Budgets is getting £10. Obviously, for you guys waiting for your giveaway, the reason I haven't announced it yet is because I'm not fully set in stone what I want to do. It is coming and I want to make it good. I've also ordered from OXML Studios my OXML Studios and Leah Budget collab wish bracelets, because I do like to put them into my giveaways. So yes, hopefully those will be coming soon. I just need to buy them. Next up is Christmas, and I'm a very avid, be as transparent as I can person on my channel. So £80 is what I need to put away every single month to ensure that I have enough money in the pot for everyone's Christmas presents. I was going to say birthday then. I mean, it is the Lord's birthday, but that's how much I need to put in every single month. Obviously I could make it more and do less a little bit later, but £80 is the minimum. I've put £50 here because I was naughty last month and I did take £50 out, so know that if I ever do bad things that I'll always put it back, because it just sets me back otherwise and it's not good. Treat Yourself is getting £10 because things like skincare and stuff like that, I want to be able to have something on hand for if I decide to treat myself like I did last month in Space NK. Baking is getting £10. Dear Lord, my nephews. I've technically already spent this. I spent this yesterday because I went into Lakeland and Nay decided to pick up a shark cookie cutter. Apparently it's his thing now to get a cookie cutter every time he goes into Lakeland, which is possibly classed as spoilt behaviour, but I also grabbed my brother-in-law a gift. Well, it's like a jokey gift because he likes to leave, well, it's not technically a baking situation, but he likes to leave onions just out and about in the fridge and smell everything out. So I got one of those, I don't know what they're called, like onion containers. So not really baking, but I mean, I've taken it out of baking. Me Money is getting £20. That is because I try to at least once a month go out, whether it's a coffee, a breakfast, something like that. I just want to allow myself some time for me. I mean, I could always, if I'm in a pickle, use this to help myself in a different way and maybe put it into a pot that I'm struggling with or something. Clothes is also getting 20 because it's summer now, basically. I'm basically sweating right now, TMI maybe, but it's always good to have some money put aside just in case I need to grab a few bits. So yeah, on to the physical envelopes. We've got hair that's getting £20. Last time I went to the hairdressers, I did do a poll on my Instagram. I'll put it somewhere. And we decided to go for extra blonde, but it was neck and neck with copper for a while. So the next time I get my hair done, which will be about 3 months, we'll be going copper. So by that point it should be like autumny, so it's all good. Beauty is getting £5 just in case I need to add anything like toiletries. Treatments is getting 70. So I keep mentioning like a situation, but basically ideally I would have got my massage and my pedicure, which are done by the same lady, and then I also booked myself in for a brow lamination last time I went and got my nails done. So ideally I wanted to get all 3, which a bit spoiled of me, but because of the situation I can only really get 2 done, which is fine. The way I'm leaning, which might confuse some of you because of the time of the month and the time of the year, is I'm probably gonna get a massage and my brow lamination because work is stressful right now, guys, and I feel like I'm hunched over, like it's my natural position when I'm in a chair. So I definitely have solid knots that need to come out. So £70 should cover that. I can't remember how much my brow lamination is. I will pop it on the screen. I remember it not being as expensive as I thought it was. So yes, home is getting £10. We're building that up. Hopefully I might be getting a desk or something like that. Social is empty, so I do need to fully fund it because I do have a meal coming up for my colleague who's going on mat leave, and also it's a bit sunny out, so I want to ensure that I have like pub money. Bacon is getting standard £30, even though it's a 5-week month. £30 is probably more than enough. I just need to plan ahead, which I never do. Coffee is getting £20. Now the reason for this is last week, I want to say, I went to Starbucks and edited my videos, and I really enjoyed just getting out the house, being in a different environment, treating myself to a Starbucks and just sitting and chilling and editing, and it was fun. So I've put £5, well, it doesn't really work this month, but I've put £5 per week so I can go to Starbucks if I want to after I filmed all my videos. So yeah, I'm excited for that. If you haven't followed me on TikTok, I mean, I did film like a vloggy style video that day. You also get to see my face if you're that interested, so I will leave my TikTok down below. I'll pop it on the screen for you. Next up is food, and food is getting £60. I'm in the office every single day, so I need to ensure that I have lunch, and I mean, I think as long as I plan meals, I'll be absolutely fine with that. What's clothes is getting £20, again for the same reason as the electronic. Treat yourself is also getting £20, again the same reason as the electronic. And then just where this arrow is actually just to signify the fact that it's onto my next binder. So birthdays is also getting £50. Like I said, there's a few birthdays this month. Primarily it's Bee's birthday, and I've grabbed her a few bits already. I just don't know what else to get her, and obviously I need to pick up things like a gift bag and things like that. I think I have cards because of my little haul that I got from Paperchase when it closed down, but I need to get bits and bobs. Health is getting £10. So it's Christmas. Like I said, with Christmas, we're building this up to £100. We don't need anything more cash wise in here. So once it hits £100, we'll just be rolling over to other envelopes. Now, this is where I will discuss the elusive situation. So driving and car are getting absolutely nothing this month. And that is because my priorities changed. So there is £100 going into emergency. Now, whether or not my dad minds me telling this story is none the wiser. I don't think he actually physically watches my videos, which is fine by me. But basically, last week, my dad's car got driven into. Luckily, he was parked, but it hit him at a dodgy angle and essentially twisted his wheel so that his wheel wasn't in a drivable state. It then pushed my dad's car into the car next to it, so it's been smashed into from one side and smashed into another car from the other side. The police officer said it was a write-off, but we are waiting from the insurance company to see if that is the case. The worst thing is my dad literally got his car like a week ago, so me and my siblings decided that we were going to help potentially with the cost of a new car if the insurance doesn't cover the full amount of the car. So I'm not putting money in these because they're not a priority, and I might even be taking the money I already have out of car and put it towards money I'm giving my dad. I mean, he's not going to take the money. It's key to note that my dad is very stubborn. I think that's probably where I get it from. But my dad's getting a minimum of £1,000 from me. My parents are my kryptonite, and I don't ever want to see them go without, struggle, anything like that. So my emergency money might not be at its target this year like I tried to plan. So if you watched my video about my planner, you will see there is a bit about goals, and one of my goals was to reach £1,000 in my emergency fund. I might be doing that, but obviously for like a second until I give it to my dad. So basically my priorities switched, and that is why. So yeah, moving on, we have got Recharge. So Recharge is only getting £10. We're just slowly building that back up. Leah Budgets again is getting £10. Adventure £20, and Family is getting 10. With spending, obviously it's £5 per week. Obviously it's a 5-week month, so it's getting £25. And then I've just popped on all of my bills for this month, including the buffer that I always keep in my bank in case anything unexpected comes up, and trust me, there's always something. So that is there. And then down here we've got my savings. So I've popped £200 into my savings account this month. I'm putting the £350 that I saved from my This or That challenge, and that's going into my personal savings account. Then I've got £225 I need to pay myself back and go into my bank account. And then I've only got £56 that's going into savings this month. Sorry guys, again, just stopping. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my budget with me. That's where all my money is going, and it's a bit of a different one, to be honest, but it's a good highlight of the fact that everyone's priorities changes month to month, and that's okay. But at least we have a solid foundation and backup plans, and we're working towards a goal, right? So yeah, I will hopefully get this up for you ASAP. I've also got to film a very large amount of videos today, actually. I've got to do my weekly, my 2 cash stuff-ins, and obviously this one, and get it all edited and ready for you. But until I see you in my next video, guys, have a good bank holiday.